We need to talk about the terrible story of Sally Stitch. Sally was a girl from a small village in the mountains. People described her as shy and clumsy, and there was a group of kids who always made fun of her. One day, while Sally was returning home, the bullies found her and started throwing stones. But then Sally did something that left them stunned. She pointed at one of the bullies and said, "You will die in 3 days. You've got 5 seconds to subscribe, comment on your first name, and bookmark this video." At first, they thought it was a joke, but 3 days later, that boy suddenly started vomiting blood. The doctors couldn't understand what had caused it, and he died exactly when Sally had predicted. Soon, everyone learned about Sally's ability, and it frightened them a lot. So, a group of villagers lured Sally into an abandoned mine. Once no one could see or hear her screams, they tied her to a chair and pulled out a sewing needle. They sewed Sally's lips so she could never predict another death. Then they left her in the mine and sealed the door. It's said that since Sally died alone in the dark and unable to scream, she now haunts anyone who knows what really happened to her. And once you hear her story, you must pass it on to someone else. Otherwise, she will appear by your bed with a needle to make sure you can never speak again. So pass this.
If you think filling up with gas alone at night is a good idea, it's definitely not the case, because killer clowns are back. If you see one, run as far as you can, but I must warn you, the end of this video is truly traumatizing. Before I show it to you, I have to caution you. I can only protect subscribers who have liked and shared this video. Never stay alone on the streets at night, no matter the situation. Killer clowns love targeting lone individuals. And it's for this reason that this killer clown decided to target this man who was filling up with gas. As you can see, he was alone, and it had been nighttime for quite a while. But be cautious. They don't only target individuals who are alone. If you go to very remote places, there's a high probability you might encounter one, even if you're not alone. Look at these two friends. They encountered one while on their way to join other friends at a party. The best thing to do is to flee. Don't try to talk to them or figure out if it's a joke. Killer clowns don't joke around.
The dark web's scariest video. This family was asleep when they suddenly heard a noise on the ground floor. What they discover is terrifying.
Hey!
Excuse me!
Hey!
Hello!
What are you doing?
Hey!
Mom, shh. He's stealing our gifts. Hey, put that down.
Oh my god!
Mom, what the hell? Mom! Mom, what the hell is that? Put our shit down.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
We're gonna call the cops. Mom, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. Look at this.
Put our stuff down and leave, please.
Leave now.
We're gonna call the cops. Mom, that is not Santa. What is he doing? What is he doing?
Oh, he's gonna fall down. Is he gone?
Wait, Mom.
Look at this. Look at this.
Wait, what is he doing?
Brian.
Hey, Mom, yes. Mom, it's right there.
A lady was on live and she said that a skinwalker pretended to be her dog. And it actually found out in this video.
Look like her dog?
No, like it pretended. This lady's on live with like around like 500 people. And she's saying, "Oh, this is not my dog and I'll prove it." So she's like, "Okay, dog, sit." The dog sits, right? And she's like, "Okay, turn around, spin around." The dog spins around. And then she's like, "Okay, lay down." And then the dog lay down. She says on her live, she's like, "Everyone, this is not my dog. You know why? Because my dog is new. He doesn't know any of these tricks."
Oh shit, that's
you know what I mean?
Merlin, sit. Turn around. Turn around. Lay down. You're not my dog. My dog don't know how to do no fucking trick.
She locks herself in the room and the dog's just looking at her like this, like he's understanding the shit that she's saying. So she locks the room, waits like an hour or so, right? Unlocks the door. The dog kind of like jogs in, he's like going around, she's looking at her. Bam, the dog goes into the closet, right? And then she grabs her flashlight. She's like, "Guys, watch this. Look." She puts the flashlight on. You can see a face. So the skinwalker transformed from the dog to an actual face. I'll show you.
Blood clotting. You want the dog?
Oh! You see that? Look, I paused it. Look, you see that?
What the fuck?
Bam, you see a face right there.
And it's a pale face
yeah,
too,
it's a
bro.
pale face. Bam.
That's crazy.
She knew it. That's not my bumble. There's something called the Pickering Dungeon.
Oh, I heard about this.
You
Yeah,
have?
I heard about
Yo,
this.
For all you guys that didn't know, I think it was in 2010, right? A PK security guard like was going around, and I think it was on concession. So
Yeah.
you know that street where it's like all dark,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In middle of nowhere, right? They seen a BMW in front of like a farmhouse, right? So they're like, okay, this is pretty sketchy, but I'm gonna leave it, right? So I think a year after, when contractors were about to break it down, they go in there, and in the garage they see like a door, right? They open the door, it leads them down to another door. So there's stairs and then another door, a second one,
Yeah.
right? They open the second door, there's even more stairs. They go down the stairs, all you see there's a big, like a thick door that's nailed, that's like you can't get in unless you like ply the nails out, right? And then when you open it, there's a bench, chains, a bunch of water jugs, right? And you know why?
Apparently, it was
Yeah.
for this guy who's like torturing. Yo, for part 2, y'all need to comment.
Never do this. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. This guy wanted to see what would happen if he said Bloody Mary 3 times in front of his mirror. But he's going to regret it very quickly. I advise you not to watch the rest. It's not for the faint-hearted. If you're still here, don't forget that I can only protect my subscribers who have commented and shared the video. By the way, if you press share and then WhatsApp, the third person who appears is scared of you.
Never do that. This person will find a Serbian lady right outside their house, and what they will discover will chill your blood. Before I show you the next part, which is terrifying, I want to let you know that I can only protect those who have commented their first name and liked the video. Did you know that if you have a blue application, when you click on share and on plus, it means you are being spied on? The guy's name is Tom, and he has already seen the Serbian lady not far from his home, but now he thinks she has found him given the circumstances. There aren't many ways to escape the Serbian lady. One either has to run very fast and hide in a well-lit place with many people around, or one has to look her straight in the eyes and say the following words, Mors omnibus aderit, 3 times while staring right into her eyes. In reality, Tom has seen the Serbian lady several times, and she is determined to finish him because the Serbian lady does not like being filmed without her knowledge. As a result, she wants to take revenge and make him suffer all the torments of people who dare to film her and post the video on social networks. If you've stayed up to this point, comment the word Pablo to show me who my most loyal subscribers are.
Dad, we have to call the SCP Foundation! What is that? There's a giant creature destroying everything! What do we do? There's nothing we can do.
They kidnapped her for 44 days straight.
Damn.
The whole time, the 44 days, they were torturing her during these 44 days. It wasn't just those 3 guys that tortured
Yeah,
her.
Denzel told me on the. Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yakuza, there was at least 100 Yakuza members
Yeah.
who came and helped torture.
Yeah.
One day, she caught them slipping, got the phone, tried to call the police. One of the guys saw, slapped the phone out of her hand, and he was mad, right? So I think they took lighter fluid and burned parts of her.
Oh
right?
shit.
The crazy thing is, she survived that.
No way.
Yeah, a couple days went on. They were playing a game. The girl beat the guys at the game. They're even more mad. They're like, what the fuck? So her again.
Damn.
This one she died, and then I think to end the story, they put her in this little like casket thing where there was cement, and they buried her alive. I think the police found out the main guy, he was locked up.
Yeah.
But the other guys, the police didn't want to put out the names because they're all minors that did this shit. So they're all free right now.
Damn. Do you ever wonder why like there's a naughty and nice list for Santa Claus?
To make kids like
Nicer,
Behave better, yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure like Northern Asia and I think some areas near like Siberia and all of that, they have tradition. Instead of Santa Claus, Sinterklaas.
Yeah.
He's with Krampus. And Krampus is supposed to be like a winter demon and sending Krampus to go ahead and like beat them up. Like he would go around. Literally looks like Santa Claus. Has like a priest hat, dressed in red, long white beard, walks up to the kids and goes, naughty or nice, and then sends Krampus if they're naughty and like beat them up.
Damn.
Now that whole thing of like Santa Claus, it gets dark because in I think like the 1600s, there's actually a play, but this is where it gets crazy. This is what ties into Santa Claus. His signature laugh is
Ho ho ho.
ho ho ho.
Yeah.
So ho ho, that's where they got Santa Claus's laugh from.
Oh,
And that's where they got the naughty and nice list from. It's
So
all
it is.
demonic.
Oh, it's all demonic.
You know what else is demonic? Like
What?
guaranteed?
What?
I'm about to blow the lid off this shit. Watch. Yo, if you guys want part 2, comment.
If you see this, your friends behaving like this, run.
Here we come.
Hey, you can't hide up up there.
Hey, bro, we see you. You can't, bro.
James saw this footage of his friends just after they went missing. But the end of the story is shocking, so I must warn you. I can only protect my subscribers that have shared the video and watched it until the end. James and his friends used to hang out every weekend at one of their houses. One day, it was Jacob's turn to host the little get-together. He seemed a little disturbed when they asked him, as Jacob was a newcomer to the group. James sensed something was off, so he pretended to be sick and didn't come. However, during the night, he received a video. He thought it was a joke, but since his friends hadn't come to school for the past 3 days, he went to Jacob's house to investigate. And here is what he found. What the hell is this? Thankfully, she didn't let him in, or she might not have been there to post the video. That dog was a skinwalker. Same for that deer, for instance. These strange creatures come from the Navajo culture. Typically, they roam around at night near forests. Before I show you the rest, I want to clarify that I can only protect my subscribers who have commented their first name, liked, and favorited. If you click on share and see a blue application, that means you are being spied on. But lately, they've been getting closer and closer to towns. They take on the appearance of your pets or even humans in order to get near you. Their goal is simple: to take your skin. Often their appearance is a bit odd and their suspicious behavior gives them away. But you always have to be on your guard because they won't wait long before attacking you. Most of the time, you won't even realize it in time. So if one day you come across an animal or a human who seems to be a skinwalker, my advice is simple. Run away fast. Your life depends on it. They are very dangerous and they won't—
This pilot had to choose between saving his family or 150 passengers, and you won't believe what he did. Lewis was a 42-year-old man and was considered one of the best pilots in his city. He made a lot of money and lived in a big house with his wife and 2 children. One evening, while piloting a routine 4-hour flight, he heard someone speaking on the radio from an unknown source. Initially, he thought it was just a problem due to bad weather, but after a few minutes, the voice became crystal clear. The voice said they were a group of criminals and ordered him to crash the plane into a nearby airport. Lewis was utterly terrified, not expecting such a situation. His first thought was to inform the airport of what was happening. But just as Lewis was about to call the airport to report the threat, the voice said, "We have your family." Lewis froze when he heard his wife crying for help in the background. Terrified, he now had to decide between saving his family or the 150 passengers on the plane and his own life. But it was at this very moment that— comment plane for part 2.
Okay, so I never, ever keep my closet door open. I hate keeping it open. I don't sleep with it open. I never have it open. If you guys saw my previous video, I thought something was like standing on the other side, and like earlier I heard like a knock at my door. I don't know if I'm going crazy or if it's in my head, but tell me that doesn't look like somebody standing on the other side of the door. Okay, so I thought I heard something like fall down here, and I came down, I thought maybe it was my cats, but that door just slammed shut. That door is never open, it never stays open. I'm getting my cats, and I am getting out of here.
Never do this. This woman was working on her computer when she suddenly heard a very disturbing noise. So she decided to go see what it was about because she lives alone. I want to clarify that I can only protect my followers who comment their name, share, and watch the video until the end. If you click on share and on WhatsApp, the third person appears scared of you. Another video where she was reading a book, and suddenly falls asleep with a snap of her fingers. Upon waking, she sees something truly terrifying in her living room. I'll let you watch.
What if I told you the Titanic never sank and is secretly being stored in Antarctica? You'd call me crazy, right? Hear me out. The owner of the boat, Mr. J.P. Morgan, actually had two boats, the Titanic and also the Olympic, which was a little bit older and slightly run down after it had been in an accident. So, theory goes that J.P. Morgan actually sank the older boat instead of the Titanic because he knew he would become super, super rich from this. He did this for the insurance money. But it doesn't end there. Why sink the newer boat, the Titanic, when you can just repaint and swap the names of the boats? It gets worse. Guess who was also on the boat when it sank? 3 of J.P. Morgan's business competitors were on board when the ship went down, with none of them surviving. Now, the biggest question of all is, guess who wasn't on the boat? Well, that would only be J.P. Morgan himself, as he canceled his ticket just minutes before the Titanic made its first voyage. There was a guy who worked on board the ship, and when he was on his deathbed, he had something sinister to say. He cried out, "The Titanic never sank, it was the Olympic. I was told I would be murdered if I ever told anyone." So, remember that movie, The Titanic? It's actually called The Olympic. Let us know your thoughts below. Is this creepy theory that has some truth in the cracks, or just another made-up tale? Comment below.